Female husbandry is one of the oldest queer practices in Africa.
Stop gay-lighting Africa. Not gaslighting, gay-lighting Africa. There are too many people seeking to project their Western-centric view of romantic relationships on the African continent to find an origin route to say here, it started on the first continent with the first people. Therefore, queerdom is legitimate and it's global. Nothing could be further from the truth, and we have to stop projecting West-centric modes of cultural understanding and West-centric modes of history and sexuality on the African continent. Africa is the first, and it has always defied such norms. But we have too many people who don't have degrees in the areas that they're commenting in, who haven't done advanced research, who haven't studied. They've read a few things and now they're making a post, and they're misleading, misinforming, and miseducating an entire generation and generations of people with their stupidness and backward thinking. Female husbandry in Africa is not about queer romantic relationships. That is the projection of Western lifestyle and sexuality on the African continent. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, if you really wanted to be progressive, you would take African norms of love and romantic relationships and project them on the rest of the world. It is that very projection, that very indication of African romantic love that the Western colonial experiment sought to reverse and destroy. So as you're being progressive in your thinking and you're wanting to make an argument that, hey, there was homosexuality and queerdom in Africa and it started there, and get out of the sauce and you're homophobic if you don't believe it, you're doing the very same thing that the colonial encounter did. You're taking your Western-centric view of the world, your global North thinking, and projecting it on the global South without an iota of understanding. You never traveled to Africa, you never lived in Africa, you've never studied Africa outside of Africa or inside of Africa. You're not familiar with the social mores, the cultures, the language, the ethno-linguistic groups, but yet you want to project your diasporic, your confused African-American mindset, your confused Western education, your uneducated, uninformed opinions on the entire continent of Africa to say that something existed there, therefore it's legitimate here. Your reasoning, your logic, and your rationale are flawed. So listen closely.